Assalamu alaikum and good morning, and welcome you all guys in the lecture of the series of the epidemiology subject. In the today lecture of the epidemiology, we will learn about the terms which is mostly used on the epidemiology or the research project or in the public health. And the name of these terms is called the ecological fallacy. Now, let's to clear our concept about the ecological fallacy. What is the ecological fallacy? The ecological fallacy is the logical error in which the characteristic of the general population is attributes on the individual's levels. It means that if the result of the general populations have to be assumed that it will be the result of the individual's level. Let's to go through clear our concept by an example. Suppose if any batsman who played the 5 hours, okay, for 5 hours, the 5 hours. Now see here, the 5 different batsmen have scored. Now the 5 in the 1 hours, first batsman score is a 5, and the second one is a 4, and the third one is a 5 again, and the fourth one is a 6, and the last one is the 5th batsman is a score in the 1 hour is a 36. He scored 6 runs. He hit the 6 on each and every ball of the hours. Now, when we calculate the run rate per hours per batsman, it will be around 56. 56, we will divide the 56 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will be around 0.2. It means 11 runs per hour and per batsman. Okay, now this is the result has been drawn, and this result is called the mean result, mean run rate per hour and per batsman. Okay, now look at the data. Among of the 5 batsmen, the 4 batsmen, if you divide the 4 by the 5, okay, is 8, means 80%. The 80% of the data, or the 80% of the batsmen is scores less than 10, less than 6 or 7 run. Only one batsman, which is the outlier over here, which is scored 36 runs per hour. Now the mean which is draw from this 1 hours, which is attribute, which is we draw the conclusion that the run rate of the batsman per hours is quite much is a good, because the mean run rate is the 11 hours. Now if we will, this is the conclusion of the whole 6 hours. If we put this mean average run rate put on all the batsmen, then the every batsman will say that we have the very good scores, the 11 hours, the 11 runs. Now with this mean run rate, we draw the conclusion that the 5 batsmen played very well, because they scored 11 runs per hour. But actually, if you will go in the data, it is not looking like that. The 80% of the batsmen, among of the 5 batsmen, only the 1 batsman is scored 36 runs per hour, but among the 5, the 4, the 80% batsmen is scores less than 6 runs per hour. So this is the always be happen in the research project. When we conclude the data, we will come up the conclude result of the any larger population. When we apply the result of the larger population on the individuals levels, then we can say this is would be the result. Let's to suppose take an example. Let's to take the example of the rich countries. If the any rich countries, we can say these rich countries, the income of the people of the rich countries is quite much is a good, so that's why they are called the rich people, but actually it is not. What is happening? The extreme rich people or the very rich people, which is are very less in a proportion in the whole population of that country or the whole population of that specific group, which is are the outlier, which is draw the mean of the wealth of the that country towards the upper level. Let's take the example of our country, of Pakistan. In Pakistan, per capita income annually is around 1600 US dollar. Now 1600 US dollar is quite much good. If you will divide it by the 12, it will be around 50,000 rupees, 50,000, or we can say 150 to 160 US dollar per month. It will be around 50,000. On the other hand, our statistics says that 63% of our population is remaining below the poverty line. It means what is the poverty? What is the scale of the poverty? The scale of the poverty, which has been expressed by the World Bank, the people which are earning $2 per day, or the people which are earning $1.25 per day. The people which is earning $2 per day in Pakistan is around 50 to 60%. So, on the one hand, we are saying that our poverty line is the poverty proportion in our country is quite much higher, and on the other hand, our per capita income is a 1600 US dollar. So these are the both are the contradict or clashes with each other, these both data. But actually what is happening behind of that? It is the ecological fallacy is behind of these both data, because the the proportion of the people, the rich people in our country is in the less proportion, but their wealth is in the huge number, in the huge amount. The income of the that less proportion people is in a huge numbers, or in a huge you can say income. So that's why they are, when we collected the whole income of our country and these less proportion of the high rich people, when we will divide on the whole population, that it is draw the mean towards the 1600 US dollar. On the other hand, so this is the ecological fallacy, because in which we apply the characteristic, we attribute the characteristic of the general population on the individual's levels. Let's the same example over here. Let's take the another third example for you. If suppose in some area is in some area in a 1 month, the 40 or 500 or 600 incidents of the crime rate in the F6 area has been reported. So the everyone in the imaginations or the thoughts is a come up. If it has been reported that 200 crime rate has been reported in the F6 in the month of the January, suppose. So it has come up in the mind of everyone that the crime rate in the F6 is quite much is higher as compared to the other sector of the Islamabad, suppose. So, but what does it mean? So the everyone in which is they are living in the F6 area, they are the criminals? No, never. But so this is the journal result, which is, suppose this is a journal result which is a come up, and you are applying this journal result on the individual's levels. This is the reason. Okay, so this is the main concept behind of the ecological fallacy. The best example of the ecological fallacy is the average or the mean. When we draw the mean or average, this is the again attributes of the characteristic of the general population on the individual's levels. Suppose let's take the examples over here. Let's see. I take the 5 students, and the age of these 5 students is 20 years, 21, 22, 23, but the one student which has age of 50 years. Okay, now 21, let me plus it, 22, 23 and 50 years. 5, 6, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then I divide it 1, 2, 3, 5. Wow, 5 into 2 is a 10, 3 and 6. 5 into 6 is a 30. 5 70 is 35. 1.2 and 10 means 27 years. Now 27 years is the mean age of these 5 students. Now the same errors which is come up over here is a logical errors which is come up over here. Now see here again, among these 5 students, the 80% of these students is age is a less than 23 years, means around 20 or 21 years. Only one student whose age is 50 years. Now this 50 years is the outlier over here. When we draw the mean age of these 5 students, it is come up with the 27 years. Now I say the mean age of this area group of the people is the 27 years. Now the 27 years is the conclusion result on the according of the mean, and when I apply this mean result on these population of the 5 students, but it is not correct, because the 80% of the students are less than 23 years. Only one student age is 50 years, which is the outlier, which is draw the age, which is show the age of these group, small group of the students is the overestimated. If I apply this result of the mean on these population, will be take the error on the individual basis, because every individuals are the 80% of the individuals are the younger age group. Only the one is the elder in the elder age. Now these 27 years I apply on each individuals, but these each individuals which is the 80% are the less than 27 years. How you can say the mean age of these small group of the individuals is 27 years? Not as 27 years. It is not as 27 years. This is the main concept behind of the ecological fallacy. The ecological fallacy is a logical errors in which you apply the characteristic or attribute the characteristic of the general population on the individual's levels. The best example is the average. I hope it is clear your concept about these terms of the epidemiology. It is called the ecological fallacy. And the last, I request you subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon. By pressing the bell icon, you will get my new lecture as soon as I upload on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.